Good evening, people of the good promoverse. As you know, I am Mix Olivia Omnia, and I have a special announcement for you today. So, you know Rapture is coming up, right? There will be a tribunal match. It's going down like that. 5 men competing for the #1 contendership for WGP title at Promogeddon. Do you want to know who it is? I bet you could guess some. I'm going to give you a second. We have... Nothing is real. We have AEP TK3, Mr. Gene Emerson, Trevor Robinson, and SNF. These 5 will be competing in 4 rounds with a 1-minute limit to begin, increasing each round where one competitor will be eliminated until there's only one left. Are you ready? Let us begin.
Hey, WGP, what is going on? It is your man, Mr. Wallace. Make sure you say the missing. Hey, what a way to kick off another episode of Sunday Night Fury with your newly appointed general manager, Mix Olivia Omnia, which just the mystiqueness about her is if we're trapped in the Matrix every time she comes to drop an announcement. But hey, did you hear what she talked about? I mean, this is what she's talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Rapture, that's right. Sunday, April 13th, Rapture is going down. And if you heard your newly appointed general manager, Mix Olivia Omnia, it is a 5-man match. It is called the Tribulation Match, where 5 men enter, start with 5 minutes, and one is eliminated, and the time limits increase. So each round, 1 minute to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes obviously is 1v1, the last man standing. It's eliminator. I can't wait to see how this match unfolds. It's groundbreaking match here in WGP. All right. It's the first time we will have a match of this magnitude, of this style here in WGP. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see AEP, the 3 most dangerous letters in all of promo wrestling, taking on SNF, your 3-time WGP former heavyweight champion. TK3 is in the mix. Mr. Emerson, hey, he's linked up with the Architects of Fate. Hey, he might be a dark horse. And of course, Trevor Robinson. Hey, if I was a betting man, I would put money on Trevor Robinson. Just saying, because fact of the matter is, if you've been paying attention to what Trevor Robinson has been doing here in WGP, as well as the promoverse in general lately, the man has been on fire. His last appearance here last week, yeah, he gave y'all a warning shot. He's letting y'all know he's taking no prisoners. And he gets, if he wins, he's my betting favorite. You get a #1 contender's spot at Promogeddon to take on the heavyweight champion. That's then. But now, what we got going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, excuse my mishap right there. This is what we got for you all tonight. We got a doubleheader tonight. In your main event, you will see Hector Florez take on Johnny Blade. This will be Johnny Blade's second appearance. Hector Florez has kind of been almost another workhorse like a Johnny Canada, these parts in WGP. And yes, in a few moments, you will see making his return back home to WGP. That is the crazy-ass white boy Heathen will take on Super T. You will see that matchup in just a few moments. Man, that's what we have lined up for you guys. But hey, I'm still trying to catch my breath after the huge announcement for my general manager, Olivia Omnia. I swear, she's like the Oracle. It's like we got the Matrix all wrapped up right here in our general manager. It's crazy. It's crazy. Do y'all not get that same vibe? I do. Anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business. All right. I've done enough talking. Enough people have said enough things. It's time for some fighting. It's time for some verbal fighting, because that's what we are here to do and appreciate. It's the people that talk their shit on camera. So without further ado, it is time for your opening matchup of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we kicking it off. We have Super T. We have Heathen, a Hall of Famer, dare I say, here in WGP. He's making his way back. So without further ado, it is time to get down to business. Super T, Heathen, make your way on down to the ring. It is time to put on some fury. Let's go.
I am going against a man that I have faced many times, and his name is Heathen. And I gotta give Heathen his props. Dude, you are country strong and you're country tough. And that's what I respect about you. You're honest, you're direct, you keep it a buck, and you're the kind of guy that says, screw your feelings. And I can respect that. And I can respect that because me, I'm a man of facts. And when it comes to being a man of facts, facts trumps feelings. Let's just keep it a buck. All the way a buck. And speaking of keeping it a buck, as I'm facing you right now, Heathen, I'm not sure who I need to be right now. I'm not sure if I need to be a superhero. I'm not sure if I need to be a neat man or a super T. The only thing that I'm sure of is that I need to be me right now as I face you, or what's not. And that's why I'm not up here, though, trying to whine or complain or throw a pity party. Because again, though, you're just going to say, screw your feelings. You're here to promo. You're here to fight. And you got that right, Heathen, because I am here to fight. Because I know you're going to go all out, though, to not only say screw your feelings, I know you're going to go all out, though, to hurt my feelings. You're going to want to make me cry. You're going to want to break me like a block of ice. Like Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, though, going BAM! And breaking all that ice. Scattering into a million pieces. But there's just one issue with that, though, Heathen. You cannot break me. As a matter of fact, you will not break me. I've done been called every name in the book. And it doesn't break me. It just makes me go, meh. I've been called all those names multiple times over. And you can't break me because I don't let any of those words define who I am. And it doesn't even matter what you're going to say because none of those words define who I am anyways. My last opponent tried to define me as delusional. And I'm like, shoot, I'm not delusional, at least not now. Or better yet, though, not at all, period. Because I'm getting real. And you can't break me, though, because I don't care who you are. You know, my true worth doesn't come from you. I respect you, but my ultimate worth doesn't come from you. It comes from the man above. So nothing you're saying, though, it's going to bother me. But until I find out who I really am, and I repeat, this ain't a pity party, you know, I'm going to bring that heat to the kitchen. But until then, to be continued.
WGP. You know who it is. If you don't, you're going to find out. How is your mama and them? Tonight, I face Super T, also known as Neekman. I mean, I've seen you just about everywhere, but recently you've been quiet. And honestly, I don't understand why, because you used to have potential, but I don't know where that went between here and there. Let me tell you a little bit of something about myself. I used to be in WGP, you've seen. I made it into the Hall of Fame. I claim I shouldn't be there because the boys in the BC did the work. I was added later, but that's besides the point. Tonight, I take one step in proving why I deserve that spot in the Hall of Fame, because I will come out here and I'm officially going to decimate everybody they put in front of me. Now, I don't know too much about the roster as of now, but I promise you, y'all will get to know me very well, because I used to be quite the pain in the ass back in the day, in the old WGP days. And it looks like the WGP is finally starting to take that step in the right direction and taking things back to the way they should be. But tonight, I finally stepped back into a place that I used to have so much respect for. Not so much now because it looks not too thrilling, but we're going to do this anyway. But before we get to that, Neekman, I honestly got to ask you, where have you been? I mean, I've seen you at your little Comic-Con conventions and your little posts and stuff like that, but as far as the promo screen, all I ever see is you coming on screen saying you're going to change your character for the 50th time. I mean, we all know that shit never works. But here, you're facing a guy that has changed very little since he started in promo world. Yeah, I used to wear a bandana talking about the Purge. If you know, you know. You've been there, you've seen it. Ask, you know, guys like Havoc, guys like Big Sweet, Seven. I mean, they were all there. I mean, I was there when we had Grimes, James Grimes, now that I remember his name. James Grimes eating the heart of Sam Spade right here on WGP screens. The history the WGP has had, the Badass Club, key factors in WGP's rise back then. And I want to bring a piece of that rise back. So I'm here to talk as much shit and raise as much hell as humanly possible. Neekman, I don't think you're ready for all of that. You're not ready for the re-debut of the crazy-ass white boy, Mr. White Trash Fabulous himself, the Heathen. Because, honestly, you don't really have much to offer anyway. I mean, what little bit I've seen of you in PPF, I've seen spats of you here, but as I said, it's mostly just you changing your character or taking another mental hiatus, but we see you at Comic-Con the next week looking like you're having a good time. So, key thing, Neekman, if you're going to stick around, be sure you keep the passion for here as you do as dressing up and swinging sword ladies with big... I digress. WGP, this has been the return of the Heathen, and I leave it with this. How is your mama and them?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Heathen. Yes, sir, the Heathen makes his return back to WGP in Grand fashion with a good old can of ass whooping he opened up on Super T. Yes, 94-85. Good showing right there from Heathen, the Hall of Famer. Yes, your Hall of Famer that is part of the WGP first ever class. Hey, he's in there. And I like what the Heathen had to say. He said he wants to prove why he has that Hall of Fame induction, why he's in there. He's ready to prove it to any and everybody. And that is a good way to start it off with a good old-fashioned ass whooping, promo ass whooping that I like to see here in the promo verse. Man, that was, yeah, man. Heathen took it to him. Super T put up a good effort. I did like some of his energy that he there brought. It wasn't enough though. Heathen brought a nice little wordplay tonight as he picks up the victory right there. So, but look, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let me check my watch. Yeah, it's that time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is that time. It is that time. It is that time for the main event, baby. Yes, the main event is here. It is time to get down to the nitty-gritty. And man, these two gentlemen that are part of this main event right here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to tell you, you might be tuned in for a very spectacular main event right here on Sunday Night Fury, because you got a guy, a workhorse. See, there are a handful of fellas who are the workhorse right here in WGP. Johnny Canada comes to mind. He comes to mind. He's damn near been on every Sunday Night Fury, but he's not afraid to get down and dirty. Another guy that comes to my mind who's in this match is Hector Florez, a guy that is not he ain't scared of nobody. Not scared of any fight, and he will always show up and put up a fight against any opponent. Whether he wins or he loses, you know that you got full maximum effort from guys like Johnny Canada and Hector Florez. He's in that main event tonight, and I can't wait to see what Hector Florez does tonight as he goes up against a guy that made a great debut at Verbal Violence. Him and AEP, man, they brought the violence. Johnny Blade and AEP brought the violence at Verbal Violence, and that was his debut here in WGP. He's been chomping at the bit to compete here in WGP. Had the debut couple of weeks back, and here he is again right here in the main event against Hector Florez. So you have two forces, a guy, a workhorse in Hector Florez that is continuing and wanting to rise in the rankings here in WGP, and you got a guy in Johnny Blade that was very successful in his debut, but he's been chomping at the bit to be one of the greatest in all of promo artists in the promo verse. Trying to tell you, he's on his way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get down to business, because when I tell you you're going to enjoy this main event, it's time. It is time. It is time. Hector Florez.
Born a thief, been called a liar. I try to sleep, but the world's on fire. I had enough, it's time to testify. I got the right amount of bullets, I'm ready to ride. I got the right amount of bullets, ready to fly. I got a trigger, gonna pull it, get ready to die. Here's Johnny.
Johnny, where do I begin with you? You see, I'm not going to make the same mistake that your last opponent made by making an idiotic statement such as calling you a rookie. You see, I might be El Vato Loco Hector Florez, a crazy guy, but I am not stupid. See, just because you are new to this environment, new to this audience here in WGP, does not make you new to promoing to this universe. I know that you've been doing this a lot longer than some of us in WGP. So for me to say a statement like that would just be idiotic. There are other words I'm going to use to describe you. Delusional, old fart. 1, 2 screws loose in the head. If you actually think that you are on my level. See, I know exactly what you're going to do, Johnny. You're going to come out here, you're going to underestimate me, point out some flaws and some losses that I might have suffered here in WGP, say I'm not worth your time, and go on to put yourself on this pedestal, saying all these kinds of different things that you've done in other companies, while at the same time putting me lower than you, making others to believe that you are better than me. Johnny, you might have more accolades than I do in other places. You might have been doing this longer than I have. But here in WGP, that shit that you've done in other places does not fucking matter. You are brand new here in WGP, just like Hector Florez is. And you and I are both at the same level playing field, trying to make a name for ourselves here in WGP, trying to gain fucking respect here in WGP. See, by the end of this week, Johnny, it's not going to matter who wins or losses. It's not going to matter whose hand is raised. At the end of this week, Johnny, you will be respecting Hector Florez. And maybe, just maybe, you would have earned my respect as well.
WGP, it is me, your brand new shiny toy, Johnny Blade. And tonight on this beautiful Sunday night at Sunday Night Fury, and oh, I have a little bit of fury going through my body right now. And I'll get to the reason why in a minute. But tonight, man, this is great. Sunday Night Fury, one-on-one with Hector Florez. Oh, Hector Florez. I'm trying to make a name for myself in WGP. And who do I get? I get Hector Florez, somebody who I heard the other day complaining quite a bit, might I add. Hector, I heard everything you had to say, and a lot of it just didn't really make sense. You know, you're the one that called me the brand new shiny toy, and why do we have to bring stars from outside in instead of WGP creating stars? Well, Hector, I hate to break it to you, but you're not even close to a star, okay? Now, Johnny Blade, I don't like to consider myself really a star, but, you know, I am a winner. I win. Wherever I go, I win. I win championships. That's what I do, Hector. Is that something that you can say? Nah, I don't think so. No, sir. Because, Hector, let me put it to you this way. I have won more championships in one place than you probably won everywhere combined, right? And that's not really saying much, Hector, because you will probably never have a championship. You'll never hold one. But that's okay because you go out there and give it 100%, right? You show up all the time. You hype all the time, but Hector, you just don't win. You don't win. That's what it boils down to, man, is you gotta win. And for you to come out here and to say that you are gonna make an example out of me, oh boy, I'd like to see you try that, Hector, because everywhere I go, I win championships. Everywhere I go, people remember who I am. People remember my matches. I have classic matches. If Dave Meltzer were to critique my promo matches, they'd all be 5-star. Hector, the last time I seen you, my friend, the last time I even heard about you is when you were over at a place called, I believe it was called Defiance. Yeah. And you had some fling going with someone named Fetish. How pathetic. And now you're here trying to be a badass in WGP. And of all people, Hector, of all people, you want to call Johnny Blade out. That's something nobody does and gets away with it. Let me make this perfectly clear to you, Hector, my friend. You won't make an example out of me. I am going to make an example out of you. Because after I roll through you tonight like a steamroller, and that's what I'm going to do. This big grizzly bear is going to go over to you, stomp you up, roll you over like a steamroller. I may pick you up, and I may eat you like a grizzly bear too. Because you've really pissed me off. The name of this show is Sunday Night Fury, and I'll be damned if there's not fury inside of me right now. Hector, should I call you Mr. Coffee Cakes? I don't give a damn what your name is, Hector, because tonight, Johnny Blade has made an example out of you. And Johnny Blade, damn it, WGP management. I want competition because Johnny Blade wants to face some champions around here. And Hector, don't you ever challenge me again.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a 1 point victory. 1 point victory. 99-98. Johnny Blade with a 1 point victory over Hector Florez. What a main event tonight here on Sunday Night Fury. Bravo. Bravo to those gentlemen for putting on a fantastic show right there. They made it hard for the judges. That was tough. That was tough. I'm going to say this real quick before we get up out of here. Man, what I love to see just passion and some promos, and those two brought some fury, pun intended, tonight. They brought some passion to those promos, and I love that was like the yin and yang. Conflicting promos. Hey, they was almost trying to call each other shot. You know, always a dangerous strategy in promo, trying to predict what the other person is going to do. But in this situation, if you pay attention to the fight and the style of the match, they kind of predicted each other's style, and almost the match almost predicted itself. Yeah. Anyway, don't mind me. It's the cannabis talking. You know what it is. Hey, we gonna get up out of here. All right. Marinate on everything that happened tonight. All right. Your newly appointed general manager, Miss Olivia Omnia, with the breaking news. All right. The tribulation match, 5-man enter, One walks out, the newly appointed number one contender going on to promo Geddon to take on the heavyweight champ. As of right now, AT, the revolutionary. All right. We got a great victory from the Heathen, making his way back to WGP, the Hall of Famer, with a great showing. And of course, you saw right there in the main event, man, 1 point victory. 1 point victory. There it is. Johnny Blade over Hector Florez. Hey, great night. Great night here on Sunday Night Fury. You know what it is. It's your man, Mr. Wallace. Make sure you say the message. I'm going to get up out of here. Hey, until next Sunday. We'll see y'all next Sunday. As of right now, yes, you will see Johnny Canada, the workhorse of WGP, back in action next week. Excited for that. Hey, we out of here. Peace and love. I'll let y'all. WGP, we out.